One of my favorite cartoons when I was growing up was Scooby-Doo. And like I heard a rumor recently that they're gonna like reboot Scooby-Doo and make like a edgier, darker, more adult version. And like, I'd love to see that.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Have the woke revolutionaries in Hollywood found the perfect cartoon for them to make as woke as humanly possible. That seems to be the goal with the new Scooby-Doo cartoon series that is being created by HBO. Now, I've already talked about one of the Scooby-Doo cartoon series, one that is targeted towards kids, in which they made Velma gay, right? Velma is a lesbian. She likes women, okay? As she has a crush on another lesbian black woman in the show that also apparently is like a criminal or a felon or something like that. I read that somewhere, okay? That Velma is dating a lesbian felon, okay? So apparently having a child version was not enough, right? Apparently they needed to create a adult version of Scooby-Doo to make even more woke, as they have a Scooby-Doo series based off just Velma, okay? Well, it's Velma is the main character, okay? And in this woke spinoff, they make Thelma Indian, right? Yes, Thelma is an Indian girl in the new Scooby-Doo cartoon series, but for adults. Thelma is also still gay, but we'll get in that in a little bit later in this video. But Thelma is not the only character that they basically race swapped and tried to make woke. They also did this to the other characters as well. As again, here's Thelma, right? This is what she looks like. Now, they kept Fred white, right? They kept Fred white, okay? They decided to keep him white. But for Daphne, they made Daphne Asian, okay? This is their interpretation. This is their depiction of Daphne as an Asian girl. Or put it this way, East Asian. Because technically, I guess Velma, being Indian, is Asian, right? So they doubled up on the Asian, right? They doubled up on the Asian. Again, that doesn't make sense to me. They should have put a Latino person, right? Because you already got two Asians. You're over-representing the Asians. Or are Indians their own type of Asian, where they deserve just their own sole representation for their group, okay? You can't lump them in with other Asians. Who knows, right? Who knows? And they made Shaggy a crackhead, right? When he used to be a meth head. They made him a crackhead. Again, that's a joke. That is a joke, okay? For those of you who didn't get that. But seriously, they race swapped Shaggy. They made him black, okay? They made him black, which again tells you how woke this adult version of Scooby-Doo is, right? They basically have reimagined all the characters in their woke image. So let's go ahead and play the trailer, which, by the way, has 130-some thousand dislikes to 20,000 likes on about 1 million views. So this trailer is getting massively disliked.
Dear HBO Max, I just learned you intend to make a genre-bending comedic origin story of Judy Jetson. When I heard this new version of Judy Jetson wouldn't be boy crazy, the only word I had to describe my disgust is jinkies. If there is one thing the internet agrees on, it's that you should never change anything ever. I hope you die. Sincerely, Velma. Well, at least Judy's still white. Unknown caller. Spooky. Hello? Velma Dinkley speaking.
Hello, Velma. Do you like solving mysteries?
Yeah, but I'm actually much more three-dimensional than that. Who is this?
That's the mystery, and solve it quick, because I'm in your house.
A serial killer calling from inside my house? Yes, that's a classic, and that's my point. Why change anything when the classics all still work, right? Wait, you're inside my house?
Yeah. So basically in that trailer, they are essentially attacking the fans. They basically say, look, we already know that you guys are going to be upset about the fact that we race swap Velma and made Velma like women, which Velma alluded to there by saying that I guess if you told her that she wasn't going to be boy crazy, that she would say jinkies, right? And then she went on to talk about how, everything can't stay the same or something like that. You got to go back and play it. But she basically tried to attack the fans, right? Who they knew would be upset about the fact that they basically created a brand new cartoon. That's not actually Scooby-Doo. Okay, this is not actually Scooby-Doo, right? This is something else. Scooby is not even in this spinoff because apparently people that own the copyright or trademark or whatever you want to call it for Scooby-Doo, they said that Scooby can't be in this cartoon because Scooby is for the kids, right? Scooby is for the kids, but this cartoon is not for kids. So therefore, Scooby can't be in the cartoon, right? And I guess one of the reasons why it's not for kids, who knows how far they're going to get into this. But apparently, according to Mindy Kaling, who plays Velma, Velma could be in a relationship with Daphne, and also Fred could possibly be in a relationship with Shaggy.
With Velma, which is fun.
Oh, okay.
He deserves it.
Is there any chance that we would actually see like a Velma Daphne moment? Because I was expecting that response from them.
Again, we just don't want to give away any spoilers.
Yeah, but listen, we just have to say, like, this journey of self-discovery for her is something that really drew us to this project and to this character. So we want to honor, other interpretations and what we think feels really modern. Is that as big as I could be? But yeah.
So there's a possibility we could see a Shaggy Fred moment.
I mean, we really went into this show like pitching, like the phrase we pitched was love quadrangle.
Well, all right, who in the writer's room is the Riverdale fan?
And all of us. I mean, we talk about the show a lot.
So
you can have not just one, but maybe even two LGBTQ relationships, basically involving all the main characters who are now interracial. You have a Indian woman with a Chinese woman or East Asian woman, and you have a white man with a black man. Again, this show already has all the Infinity Stones of wokeness. At this point, they can just Thanos snap the rest of the world's common sense and sanity away, right? They might as well just go ahead and do that, okay? Because I think that is the intent of this show, right? That is the intent of this show. So, with that being said, Mindy Kaling, who again plays Thelma, says she is surprised by the backlash against Scooby-Doo's Thelma being depicted as South Asian. So let's read her response to some of the backlash she's getting here. Mindy Kaling has commented on the online backlash surrounding the depiction of the Scooby-Doo character Velma Dinkley in an upcoming animated series. The character, who has traditionally appeared as white in the original comics and film adaptations, is South Asian in the new spinoff. The Office will voice the famously bespectacled character on Velma, as well as executive produce the show for HBO Max. At New York's Comic-Con on Thursday, Kaling said that she's, quote, always constantly surprised by reactions to everything on social media, according to a report from insiders. Quote, I think of the characters in this as so iconic, but in no way is the gang defined by their whiteness, except for Fred, she continued. Okay, so I don't know what she means by Fred as being the only character that is defined by their whiteness. But when it comes to the rest of the characters being not defined by their whiteness, if they're not defined by their whiteness, which means they're not defined by their skin color, then what is the point of switching the skin color? What is the point of race swapping? If they're not defined by their skin color, then it does not add or take away any value from the character when you race swap. So why even race swap in the first place? right? Again, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. To you, in your eyes, race swapping adds value to the character because it takes away their whiteness, right? That is what you think. So don't sit here and try to say they're not defined by their whiteness, because if they weren't defined by their whiteness, there would be no reason to change their race. They're also apparently defined by their sexuality as well too, because they're changing the sexuality of the characters, right? They're changing the sexuality of the characters because they believe that it adds value to the characters, right? To wipe away their straightness, right? As if that is negative, right? This is the point. This is the underlining message here. When you race swap, you do this. They should have just created a whole new cartoon. Just create a whole new cartoon. Do what you want with it. That way, you're not ruining a classic cartoon that many people know and love in the name of wokeness, because there's no reason to do this. I don't think that people are going to watch this show. I really don't. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a hit. But if I had to guess, based off past performance of other woke attempts, okay, like this, I'm not sure if I would be betting on this, right? I'm not sure if I would be betting on this. But hey, corporate America claims that this is profitable, right? This is why they're doing this. Kaling remembers doing the same as the kid. Quote, growing up, I always identified with Velma. She said of the industrious character, considered the brains of the Scooby Gang. Quote, she was so cute, but not like traditionally hot, super smart, super thick glasses, questionable haircut. I just love the series, and I feel so honored to do the voice. Yeah. So she also said at one point that, you know, this is a role model for Indian girls and such and such and such and such. And it's just like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but you should have just created a brand new cartoon. This right here, I don't think this is going to work out well. I really don't. I really don't. But hey, we'll see, right? We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.